Hi, and welcome back for another collective reading. It's been a little while since I've done a full-length reading for the collective, so I'm excited to dive in today. And if you're new here, I'm Michelle. Welcome to my channel. I trust that if this video is finding you, there is likely a message for you in it. So I selected some decks for us to use today. I'm going to start with my tea leaves. And before I dive into the reading, I just wanted to put a quick plug that I am still accepting spots in my week of healing. It's upcoming towards the end of this month in July. Whenever you see this video, though, trust that it is timeless. But end of July through the beginning of August, I'll be sending daily energy healing to anybody who signs up, and you'll receive a full-length collective reading at that time as well. So that information is on my website, meetmehealing.com. I'll put the link and everything in the description as well. But let's just see what the beautiful soul on the other side of the screen needs to know or hear at this time. What does the person watching this need to know? What do they need to hear? I had a few flip out. Let's see. All right, so we have pineapple with reconciliation as well as rose. Romance is in the air. You have ring, a marriage will take place, either romantic or in business. Sorry, I don't know if you can see that. Okay. And man, dealings or relationship with a man, as well as shield. You need to defend yourself. Okay. It's gonna be a little messy because again, I don't do these frequently enough, so I appreciate you riding along with me. Okay, so just off the bat with these tea leaves, it feels like there is some sort of commitment taking place here soon. And this could be somebody returning with the reconciliation card. Okay, this man being a significant figure for you. But obviously it's a collective reading, take what resonates, but it does feel like there is somebody wanting to present some sort of offering to you, perhaps an apology for some of you. This could be a person who did you wrong in the past and is coming back to reconcile. And it also feels like there is some sort of romantic gesture in this. Now, Rose, with romance, it could be, of course, like a love offering. This could be related to love. This could also be related to something more family or business oriented. It could just be somebody who is very appreciative of what you have to offer. But it definitely feels like you have an offering coming in, this commitment with the ring. Now, with the shield saying you need to defend yourself, this could be something of just being a little bit protective over this information. The sense that I'm getting is that this may be a really great blessing for a lot of you, and there may be some discernment needed in terms of who gets to know about this, but also using your discernment as far as, you know, with this person, depending on the relationship with them, being able to really trust your intuition as you kind of maneuver through whatever conversation, whatever commitment is coming in, making sure that you are being protective, but still open, because it does feel like this is something that could be very prosperous for a lot of you. Perhaps there's like some sort of boundary that needs to be set here as well, but let's grab some more information. Okay, what else can this collective know? Just grab one of those. So I have forge, don't follow, pave a new path, be the leader you wish you had. Interesting. I feel like this is, whatever this situation is, there is a call for you to act in a way that perhaps you wish this person acted. There's something, I sense this feeling of disappointment from, again, this past situation, just with the reconciliation card. It really feels like there was some form of hurt. There's some sort of apology that is warranted or some sort of offering to make up for the situation. Now, it could be directly related to the same person who hurt you, or this could be more of like a universally karmic kind of cycle where somebody did you wrong in the past and now somebody is coming forward to make up for that. So again, use your discernment, take what resonates. But there is a call here to not fall into the patterns of what had hurt you in the past, forging a new path forward, being the person that maybe you wish you had in a previous situation, breaking the cycle really is what is coming through. You have this opportunity to break a certain cycle in reacting differently, responding differently, moving differently than perhaps you've witnessed in the past. It's really kind of taking that higher ground. And again, just being the person that you can be proud of is really what's coming through there. But let's get some tarot cards for you. See what else comes out here. And I feel like a lot of you are kind of sensing this. There's this feeling of your intuition is sort of warning or giving you some signs about this coming in just to help prepare you for whatever changes are coming. a moment. So you have Five of Swords on the bottom, Queen of Swords, and Queen of Cups. Yeah, it's almost like there could be some intensity coming in here, or it could be stirring up certain conflicting emotions whenever this offering comes in. Maybe you have this feeling of doubt because, again, you've been disappointed in the past, or this situation didn't work out in the past. But there is this beautiful divine feminine energy coming through here in guidance of using your knowledge that you've gained through this process of understanding yourself, knowing who you are at the core of your soul, because you are a very emotionally intuitive, in touch type of person with the Queen of Cups here. But there is something about like facing both sides of yourself, like being discerning. Finding that balance is what it feels like. Finding that balance, being emotionally stable, emotionally secure, vulnerable, and open, while also not allowing people to walk all over you, while also using, again, all of the knowledge that you've gained throughout your journey. Because whatever this is, it feels like there could be a choice here in how you maneuver through the situation. You could add fuel to the fire, fight fire with fire, maybe, again, respond in a way that your past self would respond, or this person who hurt you would have responded, or you can choose to walk away from the conflict. You could choose, again, that higher ground. I really feel like that's the message here, is choosing a higher ground. And then as I pull the Five of Swords out, we have King of Swords on the bottom. Interesting. Yeah, I feel like this King of Swords could be representative just with the man again. This is somebody who maybe has been a little bit cold in the past, maybe not as emotionally in tune, a little bit more detached in their emotions, but it feels like this circumstance, this situation is shining light on a certain situation. I feel like you are going to be revealed some form of truth through this interaction, maybe an answer to something that you've been wondering, or it could even be, as I slid the deck to the World, this could be something that is closing out a massive cycle. So maybe this is closure for some of you, like a closure type of conversation where you're able to just express openly about the situation and then move on forward from there. But this also feels very, again, karmic in nature. There's a karmic connection here that is being tied up, is what it feels like. This conversation feels like it's going to be some form of resolution over the karma of this relationship. Okay, I need more information, please. Okay, I'm picking up that this person was causing a lot of emotional distress in you, and at times was very toxic. But you're being given a chance to move forward here with the Two of Wands, but we did get the Devil. So I feel like this person, maybe this was a very toxic situation. This was a situation that caused you a lot of grief, caused you a lot of pain. I feel like you had a lot of wounds that you had to work through from the aftermath of whatever took place with this connection. And that sent you down a whole new path. But the cards that just fell out in addition to that are so beautiful and abundant. We have Ten of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, Two of Pentacles, Ten of Cups. So again, there's some sort of healing that is happening through this reconciliation, through this connection, that's leading you to massive abundance, happiness, changes in your environment, feeling like you can create in a new way. There's like this spark being ignited in you. But we have three queens. We have Queen of Swords, Queen of Cups, Queen of Pentacles. Again, this is something that you're meant to receive at this time. And I feel like it's something that you're actually magnetizing through your energy with that Queen of Pentacles energy. This feels like something, though, like when it's presented to you, it's going to initiate a whole new chapter of growth that feels more abundant. I feel like where you're coming from was a place of growing through resilience, growing through pain, growing through healing all of your shadows and all of the negative energies and toxic energies that this person kind of left on you through your interactions and through your ending, if that's what this is. But again, this reconciliation, this kind of coming back together of some way, shape, or form is leading you to abundance. There is like a new chapter. I feel like this could be some sort of like inheritance for some of you, okay? But there's definitely financial abundance that is awaiting, whether it is part of this conversation, part of this reconciliation, there's some sort of money attached to this conversation, or if it takes you down a new path where you start moving towards something that leads you to that massive abundance, okay? This is like foundational, stable financial abundance, having everything you could want and then some. But it does feel like it's really shifting your physical reality that's leading you to this emotional fulfillment as well. It feels like a rainbow at the end of a storm. And I do feel like this kind of ache in my heart as I'm doing this reading. So this person really left a mark on you, and perhaps you never felt like you were going to be repaid your karma for how you navigated that situation or how you showed up moving forward from that, because again, I feel like this person left you really scarred and had you go down a whole healing path and whole healing journey. But I'm hearing that because of the way that you navigated that situation, that's why this is coming back around, leading you to more abundance, because you were able to, again, rise above the situation, not fall into the trap of that negativity, of that toxicity that this person probably, it feels like you really could have easily fallen into that based on the amount of pain that this situation had brought you in the past. So you should be so proud of yourself. And I think that's why the Defend Yourself card is, I feel like you've been very protective of yourself. And so maybe you'll have your guard up when this person comes back because, again, of the past situation. But you have to release and trust that you are in a better position now based on the journey you've been on from this situation. And like, there's this knowing, there's this intuitive kind of sense that you will feel to say, okay, this is safe for me to receive. And however you resonate, okay, like if this is just accepting an apology and then you move on separately, still moving forward from there, or again, if there's some sort of offering being presented, perhaps this is a call to like listen to your gut. Does this feel legitimate or does this feel manipulative? But I do feel like, again, this feels like this is healing a past situation, and then you're going to be able to have a new beginning in the way that you view yourself, even view your power is coming through with the Ace of Wands. Again, if you've been manifesting for some sort of change, some sort of positive change, this feels directly related to something that you've been calling in, and maybe it's showing up in a way that you were not expecting. But I feel like this is, again, initiating some sort of new path, some sort of new journey forward where you're just going to feel so supported and receive a lot of positive changes in the 3D, in addition to some emotional fulfillment as well. Okay. Can I have my case box coming out? Okay, we have the Six of Pentacles on the bottom, the World, King of Wands, and then the Knight of Pentacles. So again, with the World showing up, there's like a massive cycle closing out that's leading you to major celebration. This feels very karmic. This is something that you may have battled with for years, if not your entire lifetime. And this is something that maybe caused you to go down certain spirals or negative cycles within, I'm hearing within your relationships, within your ability to trust other people. But that's what's closing out, because this is coming back in such a healing way that you're able to, you've already done so much of the healing on your own that I feel like at the time that this arrives, you're going to be able to navigate through this so clearly because of the work that you've done on your own, and it'll just really close out. I'm seeing like a curtain closing. It'll really close out a chapter of your life that has maybe been weighing on you for quite some time. Again, leading to celebration, leading to deeper connections with others. I feel like also reminding you that you have always been protected and supported throughout this as well from the divine. But there is like this rising phoenix energy as well with the King of Wands, where maybe things had to kind of fall apart. Maybe again, because of the toxicity, the negativity that this person brought into your life, you had to pick up the pieces, pick up the broken pieces. Maybe things were really just, I'm seeing like the tower in my mind's eye, things like fell completely apart. Everything was in rubble, but then from that rubble, you were able to build a more stable foundation from yourself, with yourself. And it's been a long journey with the Knight of Pentacles, but that long journey is going to lead you to something long lasting. So this is a very powerful time for you where you're transforming into this rising phoenix. You're gaining so much of your power back through this situation and able to show up more confidently as well, because it's like a peacock phoenix too. Confidently showing your colors, confidently showing who it is you've become because of, again, the way that you navigated through this difficult situation, this difficult ending. And then with the Six of Pentacles, I feel like this is letting me know that there is some reciprocity on its way to you. There is something that is being gifted to you in some way, shape, or form. And again, if this is a new connection that is healing a past connection, then this is going to be something that, again, feels very balanced, feels like you're not overgiving, feels like there's equal give and take, that you're reaping rewards from this just as much as they are. But outside of that, it does feel like there is something being repaid back to you. Again, if you've been putting out all of your good intentions, good energy, regardless of the pain that you experienced, regardless of this conflict that you had to walk away from or that you had to separate and detach from, I feel like the universe is also granting this to you as well, because you proved yourself in some way, you passed a test. Okay. Page of Swords, Page of Wands. Yeah, this is going to kind of, it's going to, I'm sensing that it's going to make your inner child very happy as well. There's something very healing about this connection that is going to feel good for the younger version of yourself too. And this may come a bit unexpected for some of you. Again, maybe intuitively you are sensing this, but whatever this communication, whatever the, information is that you gain from this reconciliation, it's leading you to, again, more abundance. And I do feel like there's kind of like a river dripping of honey here. It feels like it's like you're leading yourself towards the land of milk and honey because you're having a fresh new perspective on a certain situation. Again, something that was very toxic, something that was very painful, that ended maybe horribly, because of this reconciliation, whether it from that person or from the divine. It's like you're able to now look back on everything that you've experienced with a lighter view, with a more optimistic view, because you wouldn't be who you are had it not been for this situation. I feel like it really transformed you and morphed you into the being that you are today. And that's why it's coming back around now, because I feel like this is the time where you're able to really take it all in, and move forward in an excited direction. I feel like you're going to leave this feeling like reinvigorated and impassioned, and kind of, I'm saying like jumping up for joy, because it's like there's something that you are gaining here. And we have the Nine of Cups, so definitely something that you've been asking for. Again, it might be showing up in a new way. For some of you, maybe this is exactly what you've been manifesting as well, but there is a level of support, a level of comfort that is coming in through this connection, through this information that you receive here, that is going to leave you feeling so fulfilled. Again, feeling like everything that you've been through, I'm hearing too, like that you weren't crazy, that you weren't delusional, that good things are actually able to come in, because maybe you started to tell yourself, again, due to past stories, that nothing good ever happens for you. You'll never, be able to fully recover from this. But with the tens, I mean, there's closure here, which we've talked about already, but this is, again, total abundance, total happiness, total fulfillment, everything you could ask for and then some. And this is what's initiating you into this new chapter here. Eight of Swords. So maybe you've been feeling a little bit stuck in your mind about this, feeling a little bit insecure. Maybe you'll even feel a little bit like an imposter when this comes around, because it's like, am I really deserving of this? Depending what it is. And I really feel your guides kind of being like, yes, this is divinely meant for you. It was meant to come to you at this time. You are ready to receive this now. So I think you're just being asked to sit in that divine feminine energy, regardless of your gender, divine feminine energy of receptivity, being able to be nurtured, being able to be taken care of, because I feel like you are somebody who is constantly trying to take care of others, or maybe it's just you feel like you can't be taken care of. There's like a hyper independence as well, but now is the time for you to be poured into, is what it seems like. And this is going to rip you out of your hermit mode. Maybe you've been feeling very isolated lately. Okay, we have the Hermit on the bottom. Maybe you've gone through a lot of introspection, a lot of healing over this situation or anything else that has been taking place as of late. And that is what's paying off here. I feel like you're going to be presented so many options. You're going to be, it feels like too, like it could be even like a dream come true. Multiple dreams. This could be I'm seeing like dominoes. Like this could be just the initial thing that sets you down a whole new path, a cycle of events, dominoes falling into place that lead to one blessing after another. But this is like the starting point for you. And I feel like I'm really feeling like this is a transformative journey for you that's going to put you into a whole new reality, a whole new timeline. And then we have the Emperor. I see the Magician as well, reiterating that you are a powerful manifester. So, whatever you've been intending, I feel like you are gaining from this situation, even if it's coming a little bit unexpectedly, because the universe works in mysterious ways. And maybe you had it set that you were going to receive your blessing one way, and they're like, nope, it's actually going to come through this. And I feel like this is the best case scenario for you, because it's going to, again, heal something of the past. All of that toxicity, that negativity that you've dealt with, again, carrying throughout your life, is going to actually transform and transmute into you feeling more empowered, feeling chosen, feeling like you are the one for this now. And the Emperor too, again, could also represent that this is it feels like a very masculine energy coming forward. Okay, and the Emperor wants to stay out. So yeah, as I said that, I feel like, yeah, this is probably coming from a masculine, and that's more of like the energy that I'm getting. We did get man, obviously, but I'm not trying to be, gender specific, but I do feel like you maybe sense who this could be coming from or who this is regarding, because again, there is that past history that is assisting this in coming in and also making it that much more impactful, more powerful. Six of Pentacles again on the bottom. Yeah, you're being gifted. I'm hearing like you're getting your time back. You're getting something back. Something that was taken away from you is coming back now. There's a lot of that like cyclical kind of roundabout energy in this reading, where it's like you again got something stripped away from you. You had a very difficult situation, a very painful situation, something that left you heartbroken, something that left you battered and bruised, that you then had to go and heal. But because you chose that path of healing, because you chose that path of seeking that higher ground, that's why this is coming back to gift you something. Like there really feels to be like a gift, but it does, commitment. So this could be a commitment to being better, a commitment to healing. Maybe this person is somebody who you never thought would ever reflect on themselves or their past actions. They've never been somebody to do those types of things, and then suddenly they're coming forward saying that they're committed to that path and that journey. And that alone may just feel very healing for you to hear. Regardless of what you decide your relationship is going to look like moving forward, there is some level of commitment here, whether that's a commitment to you directly, a commitment to themselves that you never thought that they would do, or some higher level of commitment if this is related to some sort of like job offer, contract, legal situation as well. Okay, final message, please. Yeah, and we have the Ten of Pentacles again. I mean, there is definitely abundance attached to whatever the situation is. So please let me know in the comments whenever this happens, or if you're sensing this is happening, what you think it might be, because it does feel like, again, there is like foundational, stable, long-lasting abundance. This could be generational abundance for some of you, but it feels, and I'm looking at my clock and it's 10:10. So I just feel like, yeah, there is something closing out here. There is a cycle that is ending, and it's leading you to massive expansion with the Three of Wands, Temperance. It's going to be very healing. And this feels like, again, divine timing. It is divine timing for this to happen. Maybe you thought it would have happened before. Maybe you had hoped it would happen before, but it's happening now because it was always part of the divine's plan for you to reach a certain energy, for you to reach a certain awareness within yourself, for you to reach a certain point in your healing in order to be open to receive this. And it's leading you to expansion. You're climbing up the ladder, going to all new environments. Okay, travel could be significant, moving could be significant. Maybe this gives you the opportunity to move to a new place, gives you an opportunity to move into a new house, okay, because that abundance is really present here. So I am looking forward to this actualizing for you. Please let me know again your thoughts if this is something that you've been sensing as well, or how it resonated. And I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye.